Hi, besties. Welcome to today's episode of my podcast, Mental Health Conversation with Caro, and I'm your host, Caroline Kihiko. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you are a returning listener, thank you so much for always coming back and choosing to listen to my conversations. I love and appreciate you so much. This podcast exists to raise awareness about mental health struggles, grief, and anything that affects our mind. And today's episode, it's going to be a bit personal to me. I'm going to talk about grief, loss, suicidal thoughts, and mental health struggles. And if it's mentally and emotionally triggering for you, it's okay to take a step back, breathe in, and listen when you're comfortable. I want to talk about how grief and loss changed me and how unresolved grief ruined my mental health after I lost my dad. This is something that I have carried for so many years silently, something that changed my life forever. I lost my dad when I was just 14 years. I was young. I couldn't comprehend and understand death, and my life changed forever and have never felt the same again. At age of 14, I wasn't prepared for death. I was not prepared to lose someone who meant the whole world to me. My dad was not just my father, he was my safe space, my hero, and the reason I felt like the world was worth it living. And then suddenly he was gone after a short illness. It ruined and damaged my life. At that point, I couldn't comprehend what death was. I thought that it was just a joke. He will wake up one day, I'll come from school and I'll find him at home. I waited and waited for so long, but that never happened. I was broken. I am still broken in ways that I can never explain. If there is something that ever happened to me that was hard, I can say is death. Losing my dad, it ruined myself as a person, and I have never felt the same again. I was in denial for so long. I honestly thought that one day my dad will come back. I waited. Something that I never anticipated will happen to me at any point in my life. I am still broken up to date. After he was buried, I was completely shocked. I was sick. I couldn't function. I felt like my world has come to an end. I was always angry, I was numb, I was confused, I was in so much shock. I used to cry every day. My head used to spin, like my head used to hurt so bad. I couldn't function. I felt like it was better if I died and I went to be with my dad because I couldn't live with this kind of pain. Some days I felt nothing, some other days I felt unbearable pain. I was angry at God, I was angry at my life, I was angry with everyone. I was angry at those people who still had their dad around them. I hated my life. I desired to die. I desired my world could end so that I couldn't feel this kind of pain anymore. I couldn't even in a single day imagine life without my dad. I kept asking myself, what is this life really? Am I experiencing this pain? Which crime did I commit to experience this kind of pain? I can't lie to you. I was broken beyond measure, broken beyond repair. I am broken. I struggled with grief for 10 years until 2024 is when I made peace that my dad was not going to come back, and this is something I had to live with it. I still cry up to date. It hurts me so bad because not even in my wildest dream I thought that I would live a life without my dad. It's heartbreaking. Each and every day I see people talking, posting their dads, it breaks me afresh. I start feeling and reliving that moment again. I don't know if I am ever going to heal. I don't know. But what I can say is grief has no timeline, and it's okay to remember my dad because he was a family man, a man full of life who prioritized us before everything. He valued family. We all came first. His love is my anchor up to date. I still feel like if it's not for this love that keeps me going, I, I would I would go away, a place where there's no pain. But I have learned to accept that it happened and it's something I have to live with it forever. I can say losing my dad at 14 changed me in so many ways. I'm still discovering myself. I had to grow up so fast. I learned to survive before I'm happy. I learned strength before softness. And honestly, I don't know if I will ever feel the same again. Grief visited my life. It moved in. I struggle to move on every day. I remember him each and every day. Like, if there's something I could do to get him back, I would. Honestly, if you have never experienced grief, you don't know how hard it is, how heartbreaking it is. Acceptance, it's hard. Finding closure is hard. You just learn how to live with it every day, one day at a time. It's not easy. I can't lie to you. Grief and loss is the hardest thing you can ever face in this world. When I lost my dad, I experienced so many changes in my life. My dad was, of course, the breadwinner. So when he's gone, that means I have to suffer emotionally, financially, and everything. I learned how to survive at a young age, to fend for myself. Because, like, yes, my mom was there, but it was hard. It was even hard for her. She was experiencing grief too. She was doing the best she can for us. I don't know, but I have learned to live with my, to create space for my grief, live one day at a time, and remember my dad, even if it means crying. He was and still a part of me, and he lived within me forever. For nothing prepared me to lose a parent. It's hard. It's the most heartbreaking thing you can ever feel in this life. I don't wish that on anyone. Seeing grief and living in a world that value progress over human presence, lack of quality support system, people usually telling you to move on, to heal and move on. It's just part of life. Yes, I know it's part of life, but it's hard. You can never understand the intensity of grief until it happens to you. That's when you can know how hard it is and what it takes. And throughout my journey, I have learned that having unprocessed and unresolved grief doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are hurt deeply and you didn't get the support you needed. Healing doesn't mean that you forget what you are going through. It means that you learn to live with your grief, remember your loved one, do something that makes you feel better, but grief has no timeline. Sometimes you might think that you have healed and you are okay, but after you are triggered, you feel the same pain once again. And if you're there and you're listening to this podcast and you have experienced grief and loss and you felt misunderstood, I want to let you know that you're not alone. We are together in this. You don't have to rush. It's okay to cry when you feel broken. It's okay to miss your loved ones. It's okay to process your grief one day at a time. You don't have to move on very fast. Just move on at your own pace. Always remember, like, you will always miss your loved one. Always know that grief has no timeline. Always be patient to yourself, be kind. Offer yourself the same support you would offer someone who is struggling. Honor the memories you had with your loved one because they will always be part of you. Even if you go where, they will always be part of you. I'm still healing. I'm still learning to live without my dad. I'm still honoring my dad's memory. I'm not pretending that I'm okay. I'm sharing my truth with the world. And if you're there and you have ever lost someone you love deeply and grief affected you in so many ways, just know that you are not alone and your pain deserves to be acknowledged. Do not rush to heal and move on. Just process your emotions one day at a time. There are bad days and the good days. There are some days you wake up fine and you end up well. You can't control that. You're just being human. Your feelings and emotions are valid. Thank you so much for holding this space for my story. I love and appreciate you. Until next time, be kind to your mind, be gentle with yourself, and always remember in whatever you are going through, prioritize your mental health. It matters more than anything. Put in the work, process whatever you are feeling slowly. Don't feel the pressure to rush and finish your healing, and it will be okay someday. This has been Mental Health Conversation with Carol, and thank you so much for being here. Until next time, see you then.